Today I'm going to be talking about fluence, the depth of penetration in the skin, and the hair follicle kill rate. It's important to understand how laser and IPL light energy can damage hair follicles if you want to get good results. So here we have a cross-section of a hair follicle. We can see the upper part, which is the permanent part. This goes down to around the bulge region where the stem cells live. And you also have the sebaceous gland and the erector pili muscle, which is not shown in this diagram. And then the lower part is the cycling part of the follicle. This is the bit which grows and dies through the anagen, catagen, telogen phases. And the lower part is where we have the bulb, the actual growth of the hair shaft itself, and also the matrix and the dermopapilla right at the bottom. So our current understanding is that to destroy or to successfully destroy a hair follicle irreversibly, then we must damage the stem cells located in the bulge region, which is relatively superficial, and also the cells in the dermopapilla, which is at the base of the bulb. Now these cells are potentially tricky to kill because as the hair follicle grows, the whole bulb section descends into the dermis down towards the subcutis, and at some point these particular cells may be too deep for our light energy to reach. So there's a certain window of opportunity where we can kill both the bulge stem cells and the dermopapilla cells before the papilla is too deep to reach. So the idea is that we fire some light energy, typically it's red or infrared, to target the bulge stem cells, which are typically around 1.5 millimeters deep, and the dermopapilla cells, which can be anywhere from 2 to 5 millimeters deep. Now, it has to be remembered that neither the stem cells nor the papilla cells have a chromophore which can absorb this light that we fire. So we use the melanin in the hair and in the matrix cells which surround the dermopapilla to absorb the light energy. That then generates the heat which will diffuse into the stem cells and the papilla. And if we fire enough energy over the correct time, then these cells should hopefully denature fully. If we get 100% denaturation, then this follicle is irreversibly denatured and cannot regrow. It's dead forever. If we fire a low fluence like this, then you can see it doesn't penetrate too far into the follicle. A medium fluence like this will definitely penetrate further, and you can see this particular fluence is now heating the stem cell bulge. And if you fire higher fluence, then obviously we can penetrate deeper into the skin and further down the follicle. But if it's not high enough, then we may not reach the papilla. So the way light energy works in the skin, regardless of whether it's laser or IPL, is that it typically spreads out as it penetrates deeper into the skin. So the fluence drops from the surface to some depth within the skin, and the resulting temperature rise in the melanin also drops as the fluence drops. So you'll find that the hottest temperatures are near the surface, whilst the cooler temperatures are deeper in the skin. And this therefore has a direct effect on the amount of damaged tissue. So if we can look at it like this, the high temperatures near the surface will cause more damage to cells than the lower, deeper temperatures. So you have this almost sort of conical zone of dead cells. If you fire a higher fluence, then this cone of dead cells will be deeper in the skin and in the follicle, and therefore the higher fluence will kill more follicles simply because it can reach deeper follicles compared to a low fluence. So in summary, A higher fluence will penetrate deeper into the skin compared to a lower fluence. This then means that more follicles can be reached and fully denatured or killed, and therefore you get more successful results. So it's quite straightforward really. Higher fluences will give you more success. But the other side of the coin here is that if you are firing higher fluences into the skin, then there's potentially a greater chance of unwanted thermal damage in the cells, especially in the epidermis. So we must therefore subject the skin surface to more cooling. So it's quite simple that the higher the fluence you're using, the more surface skin cooling you must also apply. Thanks for listening to this short presentation. We have a podcast called Lasers in Skin, and if you click on the QR code there, it'll take you to the Apple version. But you can also find it on Spotify and Amazon, and probably a few other places by now too. We have so far, at the time of this recording, we have 52 episodes out there covering all sorts of topics from hair removal to tattoos, blood vessels, pigmentation, but also other things like imposter syndrome and how to improve your business, etc. So we discuss a fair number of topics. Look forward to welcoming you all to the next presentation, but in the meantime, have a nice day.